Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the live stream Saturday night, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about other cryptocurrencies. I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys. And of course, as usual, I will do my very, very best to answer your questions. So why don't we jump right in? So welcome everybody to the live stream. Thanks for joining me. I'm here with the rig as usual, and I've got the whole setup. I think everything's in place, and you can hear me and see me, and I can hear and see you, so that's a good thing. So change the thumbnail, right? So I'm trying to improve my YouTube metrics. So I thought about SEO and all that kind of stuff, but usually what you do for that sort of thing is pay someone $1,000 an hour to lecture you on what you should do for your SEO. And I've been doing this for quite a while. I think I know what I'm doing as far as keywords and that kind of stuff. But it all came down to thumbnails. And I thought, well, maybe I'll pay someone to do thumbnails for me. And then I thought about it again and said, you know what? I'm perfectly capable of improving my thumbnails. I do have some Photoshop skills. And of course, you know, I have the full suite of Adobe Creative Cloud tools, you know, at Pro and all that stuff for doing my video editing. Adobe Pro. What's it called? Premiere Pro. Hey, right? So I can do thumbnails, right? So, but I heard, and you know, for those of you who may not be aware, that human faces are the key to many thumbnails. I guess there are other sorts of thumbnails, but human faces, eyes, and emotions make a big difference. And I've been kind of using that cookie cutter picture of myself with the glasses on that I took back in 2017. And I'm thinking maybe I need to mix things up a little. So I played around with it today. I'm not sure if that's going to be the format. I'll probably take some pictures of myself on a green screen for my, you know, thumbnails on my uploaded videos and stuff. Anyway, enough about me. Let's join in. And let's see. Oh, by the way, my birthday is coming up. For those of you who may not be aware, I will be turning 59 on March 22nd. And the reason I know that is because my son was born on my 50th birthday, my best birthday present. And because he was born on my 50th, when he turned 1, I turned 51. When he turned 2, I turned 52. And whenever I wonder how old I am, you know, I just ask him how old he is, and it's easy, you know, just add that to 50. So yeah, so birthday's coming up. That's good. All right, so as a matter of fact, one thing that made me think about the thumbnails was, if I think I can show it to you. Yeah, if we go over here to views, if you look at my most watched video of all time, it's how to recover your Google Authenticator when you lose your phone. And you'll notice there the thumbnail is completely different. Although I am wearing my glasses, I do have that excited look on my face with my mouth open. And I was watching another video about all of the guys that do like YouTube, maybe it was a Twitter thread, that do YouTube Bitcoin investing, you know, fanboy kind of pumping videos. They all have that same expression with like the bug eyes and the wide open mouth and that kind of thing. So I doubt that I'll be doing that, but I am going to try to display some more emotions than just like the forward-looking smile. All right, so that's tonight's thing. All right, so before we get too much further, if you look down below in the description, you will see that I have a little itinerary of things that I would like to do tonight. We're going to try and focus on cross-chain transfers a little bit, but I am going to buy some Bitcoin, just as that, so we can lock in that skill of self-custody, which is so important, right? And then I've got some coins that I bought this week. And I have my affiliate partners. This one here, the CoinTelegraph's Market Pro. Let's see. Yeah. So it's a sort of a charting type thing or technical analysis, and it's a subscription-based service. So, it's got different tiers that you can go through. And if you want that kind of charting, technical analysis for your crypto investment, this is the way to go. A lot of people ask me about that kind of stuff. I'm not a big chartist, but I do follow the market, so I kind of have a sense of how things should go. But so if you're into that sort of thing. But I would like to point out that I was completely surprised that Bitcoin recovered the other day after the Russian invasion. I mean, I just thought the whole world was going to hell in a handbasket, and then all of a sudden Bitcoin recovered. So who knows, right? But it seems to be stuck at 40, which is weird. Why would such a weird number be such a barrier? But it is. All right. So market analysis, check that kind of stuff out. Probably do you some good, and me. Right? We've got Crypto.com, one of my partners. I've been partnered with Crypto.com for many years. Great cryptocurrency platform where you can buy, sell, trade, deposit, withdraw, stake, do all that cool stuff like you could on any other cryptocurrency exchange, but it's all based right on your phone. And they also have a metal Visa card that you can use to spend your crypto in the real world. One of the first services to do that. A lot of services are offering that feature now. I think even Coinbase has a card and Cash App, but Crypto.com has been doing it for a long time. Got the Ledger Nano S, the Trezor clothing line for hodlers, the Ledger Starter Pack, BlockFi for earning interest on your crypto, and NordVPN and various cryptocurrency exchanges. And before I get too much further, I guess I put it over here, wherever I put it. Come on, Rex. What'd you do with it? There, Crypto Seed. Robin was very kind, and he asked me if I wanted to do a video on his Black Seed ink, which I did, and it's a decent video, and it's getting some decent views. Let's see what date, right? And it's basically a system for storing your backup phrase, your 12 or 24 word backup phrase on metal, which is much more durable than paper, of course. Doesn't fade, doesn't get water damage, doesn't burn, all that great stuff. So after I did the video, he sent me a free one for doing the video. Actually, he sent me two. One for me and one to do the video, because you scratch your seed phrase into the metal. And so he was pleased with the video, and so was I. And he asked me, if there's anything I, would like. And I said, well, yeah. The one that he sent me had 3 different kinds of metal storage plates, and I wanted more of the seed phrase plates, so he sent me a new one with, and these are all seed phrase plates. It's pretty cool. It's kind of hard to see them. They're hard to display. This one's upside down, right? And it comes with a little stylus. You can't see this, can you? It is right side up, right? Good God in heaven. No, it's this way, right? I highly recommend things like this, right? Or this. But it is very, very, very important to store your backup seed phrase in a safe place and don't let anyone else have it or see it. But it can save you. It's basically your crypto, right? Your crypto is first. The non-custodial wallet is fundamentally a private key, which is a really long number, and then that really long number is difficult for a human to memorize or write, and so there is a mathematical transformation that converts that to a what they call a backup phrase, which is 12 or 24 words. Let's just jump on that real quick. There's a few people out there, but it's basically just math, right? So if you take like for example, a 24-word backup phrase, this is the mnemonic, right? These are the words. And then this is the seed right here, right? Really long, really hard to write down or memorize, but a human being can recognize this. And it's basically the exact same thing, right? It's just in a different format, all right? This really long number is divided up into like 4-bit chunks, and each of those 4-bit chunks corresponds to a word in a table. And that's why this list of words is so important, right? It basically is the private key, and the private key controls your wallets, right? All right, so we got a little off track, didn't we? All right, let's check out what's happened. Hey, everyone, good to have you all here. I noticed there were a few questions. William May is here. That's good to have William back again. Appreciates all my education, TubeBuddy, and some good thumbnail templates to help your videos. Oh yeah, TubeBuddy, right. I do have TubeBuddy, so I should check out some of their templates. And I appreciate the tip, of course, by the way, William. Really do. Can I give specifics? LOL, yes. It's Saturday showtime. La 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 la. Okay, yeah. So Buddy Love was making fun of my new thumbnail, which shows my age, which that's fine. Yeah, I wanted it to be more human than it was, and the cat was there too. So let's jump into the news real quick. L asked about multiple ledgers in one copy of Ledger Live, and the answer to that is yes. We've talked about this many times. Ledger Live can support multiple accounts with multiple devices, right? So if you look, each account is connected to or associated with a device, right? So if you'll notice, this particular account here is associated with my Ledger Nano S, and most of these other accounts are associated with my bigger one, my Ledger Nano X. And every time you choose Add Account, all right, whatever device you have connected when you add the account is the device that needs to be reconnected when you manage the account, right? But the account can be added. You could use 7 different ledgers if you wanted to. You just have to remember which one you had connected when you created the account. So if I create a Bitcoin account and I have this guy connected, it will create a Bitcoin account associated with this ledger, right? And if I add a Bitcoin account and I have a different ledger attached, like my Ledger Nano S, right? If I have the S attached when I do the add account, it will be associated with that device, right? I name them accordingly to keep them straight in my head, right? Ledger will not forget, right? When you go to manage this device and you do a receive, right? And you have the wrong device connected, right? It even tells me to open Ethereum, but it'll tell you, like, hey, wait a minute, dude, you've got the wrong device attached. And a lot of people, this happens to people a lot because they reconfigure their device or they get mixed up or whatever, but this is a feature, not a bug, right? As long as you have the right device attached when you manage the account, you'll be fine, and you can manage multiple accounts with multiple ledgers in one copy of Ledger Live. right? All right, so let's jump into the news real quick. There's all kinds of interesting things happening, historical things happening. Cryptos and stocks rise on possibility of Russia-Ukraine talks. I think that's a done deal. I think that's dead, right? I think they were talking about negotiations, but I think those fell through as far as I know, right? But it was weird that and I don't know that the crypto markets were rising on the possibility of Russia and Ukraine talks. I think they started to rise even after. It was a weird good news is bad news scenario, right? Where I think what it was originally it was a known unknown, as they say in the markets. And then after Russia invaded and it became clear what their intentions were, and that it wasn't going to immediately trigger a thermonuclear war, people just sort of went, oh, okay. It's just an invasion, right? We thought it was World War III. It turned out not to be World War III. So this was before they were talking about terms, right? I believe that's what triggered the upswing. It happened in the NASDAQ on Thursday, I believe, and it was just weird, right? But the crypto market and the broader markets were all way down already over the Fed tightening, the hawkish Fed stance. So a lot of like the bad stuff had already been priced in, and then the Ukraine thing hit, and the markets initially took a dump. And so I just think the markets couldn't get any worse. That's my take on it. It's kind of weird. But this article is linked below if you want to know more about the analysis of the news. And, we talk about technical analysis of markets and what makes them go up and down, but they're driven a lot by news, world news. I've discovered that when I first started dabbling in the stock market back in the late 90s. And it turns out when you get into stocks and you read business news and whatnot, you tend to be hooked in to everything that's going on in the world, because stock markets and crypto markets are driven by world news and world events, right? All right, so, but we're getting into a lot of the use case of Bitcoin in all of this. I guess we can talk about this. Why don't we? Yeah. No, let's talk about this in a minute. Let's switch over to use cases of Bitcoin involved in this, right? So there was a flood of donations to Ukraine through on Patreon for a group called Come Back Alive, who had been around for a while, and they were fine, I guess, on Patreon for quite a while, until suddenly this rush of donations came in, and they were no longer hiding in plain sight. And Patreon said, well, wait a minute, we can't take donations that are going to be used for military hardware, right? Apparently. That's their stance, right? Patreon does not allow any campaigns involved in violence or purchasing military equipment, no matter what the cause, regardless of their cause, right? So here we go with another centralized donation platform that is censoring donations because of where they are and where they're going and what they're for and that sort of. They're deciding, right? Because it's centralized, right? So another case of financial censorship, which we saw in Canada with the trucker convoy, right? Donations from GoFundMe and GiveSendGo were being censored by the Canadian government. And so now we have another instance of a centralized finance platform censoring donations, right? In this case, they're donations, right? They can be anything, right? You're trying to move money from one place to another, right? So what happens? Bitcoin donations pour into Ukraine military amid Russian invasion, right? So now the uncensorable currency that can cross international borders and cannot be stopped, Bitcoin, once again to the rescue. Not sure. I'm definitely against war, right? We all should be against war, just on principle, right? No matter who starts it. Enough said. But Bitcoin finds a way, right? Money will I think there's a quote like capital will find a way, right? This is it, right? Come Back Alive, a non-governmental organization that was formed in 2014. Russian-backed forces invaded Crimea, was given 400,000 worth of digital currency during a 12-hour span on Thursday, according to CNBC. I had heard that it was more than that, but I could be. I had heard it was like millions, but I don't know what it is right now. All right. So, cross-border, peer-to-peer system of value, right? And so, we're also getting into Russia being cut off from SWIFT. This is a Reuters article. I think I had that link, but then I linked this article, and this is an ongoing, like, current thing, right? It's breaking news, right? EU ministers will meet Sunday to begin work on cutting Russia off from SWIFT, right? It's a big, big thing, right? SWIFT is a group of banks that allow transfers between banks over international borders. It's been around forever, and that's how companies and countries pay each other cross-border. Huge transfers, right? They want to cut Russia off from this system, right? So here we go again. You may be anti-Russian, you may be anti-US, you may be anti-EU, or whatever, right? But here again, their cause may be just, right? The EU and the NATO, and they're trying to respond in some way or form, whatever it may be. And here we go again, financial censorship. This is more, well, I don't know. This is like even on a grander scale we're witnessing. Now, I've also read several articles that said Bitcoin is not the answer, right? Everybody thinks they're just going to use Bitcoin. They're not going to use Bitcoin. Nah, 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 nah. So there's a lot of like Bitcoin haters, preemptively posting articles that no, Bitcoin's not the answer. But when you get right down to it, it could be, right? And the cutting Russia off from SWIFT, or selected Russian banks from SWIFT, could cause Russian banks to become insolvent, right? I guess the thing was, I don't think it's in here. No, there was a tweet that somebody, here it is. I wouldn't want to keep money in a bank that can't access the SWIFT system. Once a bank can't transfer or receive funds from other banks, its solvency can be at risk. If I were Russian, I would take my money out now. Bank runs could begin in Russia on Monday. Well, of course, if you're, pro-US, pro-EU, anti-Russia, you're going to say something like this to try and, start the panic, right? This kind of stuff is frowned upon in times of crisis in the US, right? People start talking about bank runs, and then other people start to hear that, and they start to panic, and that's how bank runs start, right? So I don't know if this would be appropriate if someone had said something along these lines about U.S. banks, right? They'd probably be censored on Twitter for misinformation. But since he's talking about Russia, that's okay, right? All right, so we're seeing a lot of historical events occurring where finance is being censored and blocked, and we all know that Bitcoin Bitcoin can be blocked in some ways, but it requires sort of blocking the internet and blocking the point of on ramps and off ramps, right? Which brings me to the story that I skipped, which is a cool story about the seizure of Bitfinex funds in the hack. Now, we talked about this story a month or so ago, but this is a little more detailed analysis of how exactly the financial authorities were able to track down this stolen Bitcoin from the Bitfinex hack. And the article is saying this is good for the crypto industry. Law enforcement's robust capacity to follow the money on blockchain is good news for the crypto industry. Maybe, right? Maybe for institutional investors, maybe for, the main argument, the main Bitcoin bashing argument that used to be around was that, it's used by money launderers and drug traffickers and human traffickers and, all that stuff. That used to be a big argument against Bitcoin. And this event, this seizure is sort of putting a damper on that argument, right? So we can't say that anymore. But it's pretty interesting how they track this down. They're trying to, no matter how hard criminals try to obscure the movement of ill-gotten digital money, at some point in the transaction chain, they are likely to invoke addresses to which personal details have been tied. So basically, if we want to follow what happened here, they were trying to move they had the Bitcoin in a wallet, or more than one, I think one wallet to begin with, I guess. And they were trying to obscure it and move it around to different wallets. So in order to do that, one of the things that they were doing was opening up accounts on cryptocurrency exchanges so that they could deposit the Bitcoin and then maybe trade it for some other crypto or another, withdraw the Bitcoin and supposedly clean it. Well, that's where they started to get sloppy, apparently. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Okay, here we go. They followed the Bitcoin, right, on the blockchain. A portion of the funds traveled to 6 accounts on various cryptocurrency exchanges that were, as investigators later found, all registered using email accounts hosted by the same provider in India, right? So they were clever enough to try to create anonymous accounts using an email provider, but instead of spreading out all of their email accounts, they used one email provider based in India. So that was a little bit exposed themselves a little bit, right? The emails sharing similar naming styles, right? So we're following the Bitcoin. We see that they're going on to exchanges that are set up with email accounts that all are from one provider in India, right? So it looks like they're all the same person trying to spread out the Bitcoin. And the accounts exhibited similar patterns of trading behavior, or just like deposit Bitcoin, make a trade, withdraw, kind of that, I would assume, right? And as they followed these accounts, a few of them registered, was further funneled to a slew of self-hosted wallets and other exchange accounts. A few of them registered in the real name of one of the suspects, right? So they didn't really obscure their path very well, right? Following along the investigator's narrative, a reader eventually gets the important Ilya and Lichtenstein and Heather Morgan felt they had done enough to cover their tracks. and then they decided to spend some of the money, right? They got sloppy, right? That was it. Gold bars and Walmart gift card purchased using the funds traceable back to the Bitfinex hack and delivered to their home address. Oh, right? Busted. Right. So, but it's interesting. We've talked many times. We all know the Bitcoin blockchain is transparent, right? You can trace it everywhere the Bitcoin goes. Okay, let me jump in. Let's see. Let's pop out chat. Let's get it over to the other side. And let's move it over here. All right, let's switch cameras over here. So when I'm over here, you guys can, I'm looking at you. All right, okay. Yes, so Crypto Hive Mind is suggesting they could have bought NFTs. In fact, I have read several stories where certain governments frown upon NFTs because they can be used for money laundering. And let's all face it, guys, money launderers, real money launderers, generally stick to cash, right? US dollar, euros. And some of their biggest things that they use is art, high value art, and diamonds, right? Are all part of this whole sordid chain of drug cartels, money launderers, terrorist financing, rich people hiding their money, right? It's mostly done with fine art, diamonds, and just suitcases full of cash, right? But I've heard that a lot of governments and industries frown upon NFTs because they say they could be used for money laundering, right? So that's one way. An NFT, they could have traded their Bitcoin for Monero, which is untraceable. But if you're going to do something like that, you need an exchange, right? So you're going to have to set up some kind of account based on email. And this happened like back in 2016 when I believe they were Bitcoin-centric, exchange-centric thinking, right? They're thinking, okay, I have Bitcoin. I want to sell it on an exchange. Let's see if we can get ourselves set up with an exchange. Nowadays, we have a lot of cross-chain transfer ability and decentralized DEXs where we can move our value back and forth between different formats and cryptos, right? And I'm going to do some of that tonight, right? So I just wanted to... Okay, so let me jump back up. Oh, MT in an emergency, i.e. government overreach Canada, no access to banks, exchanges, etc. What is a quick, easy, fail-safe way to convert BTC into cash? Excellent question, MT. Very good question. And I will, let's take it to its full extent, right? Let's take it to its max, right? I've been cut off from finance completely, and I have Bitcoin in a wallet. What should I do? Well, find someone that will take Bitcoin, right? That seems to be, that's the ultimate, right? That someone that will accept Bitcoin in exchange for something I need, be it food, ammo, toiletries, whatever. Find someone that is willing to accept Bitcoin in exchange for things, right? Now, there are peer-to-peer kind of things like Bitcoin, localbitcoin.com, where you can interact with people. There is a Pax Full. It's not Pax Full. I don't think it's Pax Full. Yeah, here it is. Paxful is a service that you can use to, and it's sort of like eBay, right? Because it's decentralized. So you're actually trading with other people. So there's like an escrow thing, and you bid, and you're basically transacting with other people through this service, right? So that's one way, right? Convert BTC into cash, right? In this case, I believe you could do cash, but I think one of the big ones on this is gift cards, right? And why use cash when you can use a gift card, right? But yeah, you could take a gift card and sell it at a bus stop, or a bus pass or whatever. There's ways of converting gift cards to cash as well. We've got crypto.com, which I'll just point out. If I have Bitcoin in my crypto.com account, I can top up my Visa card. And as you'll notice here, my crypto.com Visa card has a balance. I can go to an ATM and withdraw. And even if, and this does not involve my bank account, right? But I did have to provide KYC in order to get the crypto.com account, and the Visa card is a merchant's bank based in New York, whatever. So it is still kind of legacy finance, but it is kind of, and it requires me being able to go to an ATM. I think one of the stories that I skipped was cash delay. In Poland, all of the ATMs are out of cash, right? So people are flooding ATMs, withdrawing cash because of the instability. They're worried that shelves will be empty, banks will be in jeopardy or whatever. People want cash, right? In an emergency, right? That's generally what we want. So Poland, now the Bank of Poland is saying, hey, we don't have any problem. We got plenty of cash. We just need to get it to our ATMs. We've got logistics, we've got drivers, we have armored trucks, we got all, it's like we have the cash as a bank, right? We don't have a cash flow issue. We're just having trouble getting the money to the ATMs because, there's a rush right now. So it's a logistic issue. But, right, doesn't Bitcoin solve this sort of thing? Right? Isn't Bitcoin, if I have Bitcoin on my phone, I can send it to your phone, right? I don't need to go call an armored truck to bring cash to an ATM so that so-and-so can physically go to the ATM and withdraw cash, right? There's bottleneck there, right, which Bitcoin solves, right? If we would just, sort of get it down to its bare bones, right? Bitcoin is a better version of cash, right? You can send Bitcoin with across the room or across the world with equal ease, right? All you need is an internet connection. And a lot of people bash that. They're like, oh, what if the internet goes down? Then what? I'm like, well, if the internet goes down, you're going to have a lot bigger problems than wondering what to do with your Bitcoin, right? If the internet goes down, all the banks are screwed too. So, this whole argument that, Bitcoin relies on the internet, what are you going to do when the power goes off? The same goes for your bank and your grocery store and everything else, You're talking about, end of world scenario. But the internet is sort of like, we need the internet now. And the internet is going to probably be around. If the internet goes down, everything's screwed. So, but all else being equal, Bitcoin is a better solution than cash. Right? That's the whole point. At least the point I'm trying to make. There is a point, right? All right, so let's see here. I'm just going to turn this thing just a tad. Ooh, no, that's going to mess me up, isn't it? Okay, I won't do that. I got a brand new monitor over here on the other side. It's pretty awesome. It's the same monitor that I'm using for my main monitor. You guys know I bought a new monitor. Really nice monitor, MSI, 32-inch. So I decided my secondary monitor should be the same. So I'm kind of loving that right now. All right, so a lot of people asking questions. If we stop pricing Bitcoin to fiat in a range of commodities, it would be worth much more. Yeah, there's a fly on my head. Okay, I didn't see that fly. This channel is very good, one of the best cryptocurrencies. What is it worth more right now than Ethereum or Joe? What's worth more right now, Ethereum or Joe? Well, I mean, the prices are different, and their circulating supply is different. So it's like trying to compare apples to oranges. But I think your question is, which one is better? I would have to say at the moment, Ethereum. I mean, Joe is pretty cool, but it's not, market cap wise, it's not anywhere close to Ethereum, right? We've got, Ethereum is the number 2 crypto, huge market cap, a huge circulating supply, and then Joe is like down 268. It's up and coming and everything, but it's difficult to compare those to each other. Same fly that was on Pence. Was that Pence that had a fly? I was like, okay. During the vice presidential debates, right? Remember that. All right. I guess I got through the news. Let's turn these off, right? I want to try and kind of get caught up. Turn that off. Okay. So, let me see if I can. I just want to double check. See any burning questions. I read that Ledger and Coinbase work together, and yeah. This whole, I still haven't wrapped my head around that. I believe they're Coinbase and Ledger are working together. Coinbase Wallet this is Coinbase Wallet. Now, when they said Coinbase Wallet, I thought they were talking about the standalone third-party phone-based Coinbase Wallet, which has nothing to do with Coinbase Exchange, except that they own it, right? But it's talking about Coinbase Wallet browser extension. Okay. So what are they talking about here? Coinbase Wallet browser extension. Okay. Yeah. See, this is still the Coinbase Wallet. I think people, it's deliberately confusing if you ask me. Because you're talking about a wallet, a non-custodial wallet that is simply owned by the Coinbase company, right? But it is not a way of storing your crypto that you have in Coinbase on a Ledger device. It is the Coinbase wallet, which is different than Coinbase Exchange, right? So when I saw this announcement, I was like, so what, all right, so let's create a new wallet. Oh, wait, I think you would say I already have a wallet, right? And then you would connect it to your Ledger device, right? I have my Ledger device on, and it's connected. And I'm pretty sure that this wallet is Ethereum based, right? So let's see. Well, let's see what happens when we bumble into it, right? Okay, yeah, Ethereum, right? You got to be in the Ethereum app. So let's get that handled. Although the Coinbase, I thought the Coinbase wallet could actually, whoops, come on, baby. There we go. I thought the Coinbase wallet could support Bitcoin. I could be wrong. Let's take a look at their phone-based thing real quick. Let me get into the Ethereum app here real quick. All right. All right. Before I do that, I just want to share my phone with you guys, and show you what the hell I'm talking about. Probably you guys are like, what is he talking about? All right. So as you notice here, I've got Coinbase Pro, which is an app that allows me to access my Coinbase Pro account on my phone, right? Let me look at it. All right. This is my Coinbase Pro account. It is the Coinbase cryptocurrency exchange, right? Now, we also have another app over here which allows me to access Coinbase proper, right? The beginner version of Coinbase, right? Now, in addition to all of that, we have this other thing over here called Wallet, which is basically just a mobile version of MetaMask sponsored by Coinbase, right? It is not your Coinbase account, right? See, it says Wallet, and even the name is dumb. It's just named Wallet, but it has the little Coinbase app, right? So this is the Coinbase wallet. This is what they're talking about. And let me see, does it? I thought, yeah, it supports Bitcoin. Now, how it supports Bitcoin, I'm not sure, because it's an Ethereum-based wallet. So let's take a look at the. So this is what they're talking about. They're talking about this wallet, and it's a non-custodial wallet it has its own private key. So if I use, where were we over here? All right, so let's go ahead and connect to our Ledger device, right? We're in the Ethereum app, right? Let's hit connect now. All right, a little window comes up. I have to click Nano, and then I click connect, right? And then it says, okay, I need to sign this message. So there's the message, and then I'll hit both buttons. And okay, Coinbase wallet users can send you payments to this name. Okay, so I'm going to just choose a name. Okay, let's turn this off for a sec. Let's try CryptoDad. Whoop. CryptoDad, probably not there. 58, right? Because I'm 58 years old. All right, I got to choose something, right? Let's hit submit here. Let's get this camera back on so we can see what the heck's going on. If it asks me anything else, there it is. Wants me to sign again. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Let's hit both buttons. Your wallet is ready. Be sure to pin the extension to your browser. Be sure to pin the extension in your browser to access it easily. Okay, yeah. Or I could just click here and just pull it up. Oh, I see what they're saying. Pin it. Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. All right. So there we go. Let's see what happens when we open it. Okay. Well, this is my Ledger wallet, right? That's all it is. Okay. And it's showing up a bunch of crypto that I have in my Ledger wallet. And it's weird. It sees a lot of stuff, right? It sees Polygon. It sees Ethereum. It's these. I think these are Binance Smart Chain, right? FTM. It sees my Phantom, which is in my Phantom wallet. It sees this is an ERC20. This is Polygon. It sees Avalanche that's on the C chain. It sees my decentralized Mana, which is an Ethereum. It sees my chain link. Most of these are ERC20 tokens. I don't see Bitcoin, right? So it doesn't look like this thing supports Bitcoin. Kind of weird, because there is Bitcoin on this ledger too. Not a lot, but there is some, right? And if we look over here in Ledger Live, it's just sort of looking at everything that I have, but not everything, right? Just, I find it a little overwhelming, actually. But it is not my Coinbase account, right? So, I don't know. Is it really that useful? It's just another way of looking at my ledger balance, right? But less organized, right? Yeah. So we looked at that. Not as earth-shattering as it sound, right? They made it a big deal, like, ooh, Coinbase and Ledger are partnered. Sort of. Sort of. Right. Actually, I guess there isn't any Bitcoin in this wallet at the moment. Why don't we buy some Bitcoin and put it in the wallet and see what happens? It's going to show up in that extension. Right. So let's go to Bitcoin main. Looks to be empty. Let's do a receive and let's get an address. Right. Copy it into our clipboard. Let's go over to our actual Coinbase account. Coinbase Pro. Alrighty. Let's make a deposit of US dollars so we can buy some Bitcoin. There we go. This is the easy way. One of the easiest, cheapest ways to buy Bitcoin is on Coinbase Pro. When you buy Bitcoin on Coinbase, you actually say buy Bitcoin and then connect it to your bank, and they charge you like a merchant charge, which is when you use Coinbase Pro, you deposit your dollars first, and that doesn't cost you anything, and then you trade it for Bitcoin, which is just a small, I think, a 0.5% trading fee, right? So we put the money in first. Let's bring it in from Huntington Bank. Let's do 100. Let's preview that. And notice they're telling me it's going to take 7 days before I can withdraw the Bitcoin that I buy. If I had a zero balance in my account, I would have to wait 6 to 7 days before I could withdraw the Bitcoin. But I have some value in there already, which will act as collateral, will allow me to go ahead and make this withdrawal right away. But I just like to point that out for those people, because I had some people, they say, hey, I did what you did and it wouldn't let me withdraw. Why not? And I was like, well, because, yeah, I had some money in there already. All right, so let's go to BTC US dollar. This is where we actually trade the dollars for Bitcoin, right? We're going to make a buy at market, and we'll use all of that $100. We'll place the buy. It's going to cost me 35 cents. We did this last week. Same thing, right? And it happens really quick. And there's Bitcoin in the account now. Let's put it in that wallet. So we're going to make a withdrawal of Bitcoin, right, to a crypto address. And if you recall, I pasted that address into my clipboard a few minutes back, right? You can see it here, BC1QFY, right? Ending in F2XY, right? Same Bitcoin address. We're all good. We'll just take it all, right? All of the Bitcoin, we'll withdraw it to our own wallet, right? I need my two-factor authentication, which is for Coinbase. There we go. There it goes. It's on its way. So my question is, because I know that now I could have withdrawn it over to this funky wallet, which I never use, hardly. You'll see what is there. There's some Ethereum in there, right? But this is a completely separate wallet from that other one that I created. Same brand of wallet, but I connected the other one to my Ledger device. This one is separate from my Ledger. This one is just phone based, right? The private key for this wallet resides on my phone, but it is my wallet, right? It's not connected to an exchange. Even though it's called the Coinbase wallet, it doesn't connect to my Coinbase account. Although there is some functionality that allows you to sort of link to your Coinbase account so that you can easily make withdrawals to and from Coinbase to this wallet. But this wallet is not your Coinbase account, right? Separate from that, right? But let's see. We got now. We should be seeing some Bitcoin come in here shortly. And my question is it going to show up in that browser extension thing that we just did? Yeah, it would be weird that if it showed up, if it saw my Bitcoin, that would be kind of weird. That would be cool. But we might have to wait a bit for the Bitcoin to show up. Usually it happens fairly quickly, but not right away. So, you guys that join me every week, and thank you very much for joining me every week, have seen me do this hundreds of times, right? But I like to just show you guys the most basic, I consider the most basic thing you can do, which is buy some Bitcoin somewhere and then put it in your own wallet. To me, that's the fundamental thing you do with Bitcoin, is buy it and store it in your own wallet. You know, really, the most fundamental thing you can do with Bitcoin is transfer it to someone else or have someone else transfer it to you in exchange for goods and services, right? That should be the most basic thing we do with Bitcoin. But right now, we're at that phase where there are big companies out there that are willing to sell Bitcoin to you for cash, right? And so buy it with cash, put it in your own wallet. Right? That's what I'm all about. Right? But I'm going to show you some other stuff of some other cool cryptos, and it looks like we're still waiting for our Bitcoin. It might be a while, right? It could be a few minutes. Let's go over here to withdrawals, and we can see that Bitcoin withdrawal is still pending, right? So we just have to be patient. It will get there eventually. We'll keep an eye on it. And sometimes it actually shows up in the wallet while Coinbase says it's still pending, but that's fine, right? All right, let me see what questions are being thrown at me. I'm going to scroll back up. MT was asking about converting Bitcoin to cash, right? Crypto exchange that is easy to move money in and out, seconds to your bank. Oh yeah, there was another one that along the lines of MT, Bisq, which I haven't completely set up Bisq, but it is a decentralized place where you can buy and sell Bitcoin, and it's decentralized, right? So you have to sort of deposit Bitcoin in escrow, right, to make it work. And it uses the Tor network, and it looks like it's syncing right now. But you can connect various other services, like your bank account. I'll show you what they are. When you set this thing up, it creates a wallet for you that you can use to store Bitcoin and whatnot. But you can also add down here, right, like ACH, Cash, Alipay, Amazon e-gift card, Australian, Bizium, all these like money services, right? I don't know if they have Western Union. U.S. postal money order, and there's Western Union, right? WeChat Pay, Zelle. That's interesting. All right. So basically, when you trade on BISC, you can trade Bitcoin for cash or cash for Bitcoin, and the transfer appears to be peer to peer, so that if money comes into my bank account because I've sold Bitcoin, it looks like somebody just transferred it to me. They receive Bitcoin in exchange, but they transferred money to my bank account or my cash-based service. I didn't see PayPal on here. Element P, PayPal. No, I don't see PayPal on here. But it was interesting that the Western Union and U.S. Postal Order, right? I haven't actually started using this yet. I heard about it a long time ago. I never really got into it. It seemed a little funky because it's peer-to-peer and there's an escrow thing and all that. But it is another way that you can get Bitcoin for cash and cash for Bitcoin, decentralized. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so let's go back here and see if that. Where is that darn Bitcoin? Seems to be taking longer than usual tonight. All right, so let's go down. There are some segments of the U.S. society that does use mostly cash, very popular in Black and Hispanic areas. Yeah, cash is still king in many areas, right? I tend to forget that because I've always been a little tech savvy, and I would prefer to use my ATM card. I would prefer not to really carry cash, and I don't that often. And I use credit cards, ATM cards, and my apps. I got the Starbucks app. I've got the Apple Pay. I got all that stuff. So sometimes I forget that there's large portions of society that still use cash, right? For many sectors, not just minorities, but people like flea markets, that kind of stuff. The little stores, restaurants, little food carts, people that detail cars. I mean, that kind of stuff. Day laborers. There is a huge segment of the population that just deal pretty much in cash, right? They go down they get paid in cash. They take their cash down either directly to the power company or the cell phone store, or they go to some place where they can pay their bills with cash, like these little cash stores where they'll cash checks and they'll do that kind of pay your bill, that kind of stuff, right? So yeah, there are still a lot of people that just use cash for everything, right? They're on what we might consider being on the margins of society, but there are a lot of like high-end people that use cash for a lot of stuff too, to avoid being tracked, right? To keep things private. We all want privacy. The powers that be that talk about Bitcoin, they try to make us think that because we want private financial transactions, that somehow that makes us suspects. It doesn't really. Privacy is a basic right. That's why bathrooms have doors and windows have curtains. All right. Bonjour. I read that. Okay, yeah, I got that. Jean-Luc, I hope I clarified that. We'll check into that a little more. You don't have to have a Coinbase account to use this wallet, although you can connect the wallet to your Coinbase account to make transfers seamless to a certain extent, right? Buy a pack of gum and get cash back. Okay, let's see. Whoops. Yeah, I'm getting a little behind, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. Best way to cash out big chunks of U.S. dollar on an exchange to be a bank, and how are the fees? From what I understood, and I heard someone talking about this, they said, well, you could still uh, uh, go on exchanges and sell huge amounts of Bitcoin and withdraw like $9,999 per day or whatever to stay under that reporting limit. But that's a red flag. The suggestion was that if you're going to use an exchange as your fiat off ramp, so to speak, that you do it on a regular basis and you don't use amounts close to 10,000, right? You do it on a fairly regular basis and odd amounts, and don't do like 3,000 every time, right? You want to just kind of keep it. And when you withdraw cash, like odd amounts, like $3,462.57, right? When you do those, I don't believe you get charged anything to withdraw cash on Coinbase, right? Now, there are trading fees. When you trade the Bitcoin for cash, there's that trading fee. But as you saw, it's marginal. It's not that much, just the trading fee. It adds up over time, but it's not a deal breaker, right? Why are we not discussing when U.S. goes to digital money and we are watched by Big Brother? How will we eat? That's a good question. Yeah. So, Mr. David's talking about the digital dollar that the Fed is trying to implement, that it would come directly from the Fed and sort of bypass all the banks and go right into your bank account, and you'd be totally. They would have the purse strings, right? So they could cut you off from the system at any time, and total surveillance of all of your transactions, right? Using that digital coin, because it'd be sort of blockchain based, kind of like XRP, only centralized, where they could trace it and track it wherever it went. And they would have total control over you and your finances, right? That's just another blockchain-based version of Bitcoin, but not really, because it's centralized, right? But trying to implement something like that would be cutting out the smaller banks, the local banks, the regional banks, and that's not going to be easy, right? It's like the whole dilemma of switching over to green energy, right? You want to switch over to battery-powered cars and sunlight, solar-powered for your house and all that stuff. Well, trying to do that is like cutting out a huge chunk of the existing system, right? We've got gas stations, we've got oil refineries. They employ so many people. Just yanking the chain and making that switch is not as simple as it sounds, right? So in the same sense, right, to just switch over to a digital form of the US dollar may sound like a no-brainer. We've got all this infrastructure in place. We've got armored cars, we've got bank buildings, we've got, tech support, we've got bank tellers, we've got all these people that are being employed by this legacy financial system, right? We can't just yank the plug out of the wall on that without causing a huge disruption to society. So, but they would love to do it, and they might do it eventually. But so far, they're running into issues that maybe they didn't think about. Right? Okay. Do your own research. Bytecoin, BCN wallets. Nano X stopped working and won't reset with my 24-hour recovery. It's still showing my balances on Ledger Live. Am I screwed? Fair amount of coins on there. No. You are not screwed, because you still have your 24-word recovery phrase. So I have a video, a fairly recent video, that I did on recovering the ledger for 2021. Here it is, right here. This will walk you through that entire step by step, right? What you need is a different ledger, right? Get a new ledger, and then do this restore using your 24-word recovery phrase. Now, I believe in this video, Ledger Live stays intact, right? A lot of people get all confused when they need to restore their ledger. They think that they need to reinstall Ledger Live and wipe it and all. No, you don't need to do. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is restore your ledger, reinstall the apps that you had on there before, and then just reconnect to Ledger Live, and it will all of the accounts that you have in Ledger Live will still function just the way they did before. If you take a restore phrase from a ledger device that is damaged or missing or stomped on or whatever, lost, stolen, and restore that 24-word recovery phrase to a different device, you have basically recreated the exact same device as far as Ledger Live is concerned. Ledger Live thinks it's the exact same device because Ledger Live doesn't look at the plastic and the circuitry and go, is that the same thing I saw before? No, it just looks at the master private key. And when you've restored a Ledger device with an existing master private key, Ledger thinks it's the exact same device because in all intents and purposes, it is, as far as Ledger is concerned and as far as your wallets are concerned. So if you're having trouble restoring your device and all your accounts are in Ledger Live, then get a new device, follow that video. Follow that video, restore the device, you'll be good, you'll be golden, right? You'll have access to all of your crypto. Won't be a big deal. I don't think Big Brother will really care if people will be upset. That's one take on it, right? Although Big Brother wants to stay in control. And when huge segments of society get ganked, people tend to get discontent, and discontent causes protests, and if protests aren't addressed, things get ugly, right? And Big Brother, has to, sit in his steel vault, and he can't go out anymore because, there's people at the door with pitchforks. So, yeah, Big Brother maintains control through narratives, right? And the narrative is if everything's fine, then we can all just get along and the system will just continue along as it is. But if huge chunks of society are disrupted, then the narrative starts to crumble, right? And that's where Big Brother gets upset, right? He has to maintain the narrative that everything is working, right? And when things don't work, the narrative starts to fall apart. All right. Let's do some stuff, right? I'm messing around here. Let's see. One of the first things I wanted to try, we did that. We bought some Bitcoin. Now, I'm going to do something on the fly here. Let's jump into... all right, let's get this out of the way. Just get all this out of the way here so I can sort of get my bearings. All right. So I have in my little wallet some, in my SolFlare wallet, my Solana-based wallet, I have some US dollar coin in there, right? Now, this is not ERC20-based US dollar coin. This is Solana-based US dollar coin, right? So if I wanted, and let's say our goal is that we would, let's see, wait a minute. Let me just double check on this Bitcoin real quick. I want to see if it's in there. Are you kidding me? It's still not in there? All right, let's quit Ledger Live and start again. Just before we move on, I want to just see if this Bitcoin showed up. It's still not there as far as I can see. No, I don't know what's going on. Okay, there it is. All right, so that's the transfer when we bought our Bitcoin. Now it's in our ledger-based wallet. Let's check and see if it's over here. I don't see it. Now, see, I could have put Bitcoin in this wallet. So I can move Bitcoin into the Coinbase mobile wallet, right? But I do have Bitcoin in my Ledger device, but I don't see it in their browser-based extension. Although you could see NFTs too. That's kind of cool. I don't think there might be one NFT on my Ledger somewhere. Okay, it says I don't. All right. What do they know? Right, but I don't see any BTC. Maybe it's down here in. They got BNB, but I don't see BTC. Right, so I guess this extension does not support Bitcoin, which would have been pretty cool, but apparently it doesn't. Right, because it's based on the Ethereum virtual machine. Right, the EVM, Ethereum virtual machine, is the over underlying protocol for many chains, right? So if we look in MetaMask, for example, these are basically, I don't know, it doesn't see this one because this wallet is not ledger based, right? But we can flip over to this guy here. See this address here is on the Binance. There's that 0.08 BNB. Remember the one that we saw over here? Right? Same wallet, same, just kind of a different interface. And but notice that these are all like blobbed together, whereas in MetaMask it's a little more organized, right? I can look at the different chains, right? So I can look at the Ethereum chain, and I can see like that SAND and that AXS and the MANA, and then if I want to go over to the Avalanche mainnet, this is the Avalanche C chain, right? It's showing up over here. Isn't it? Where was that? I thought I saw it. Maybe I'm wrong. It's at the top. Yeah, look, there it is. 34 AVAX. 34 AVAX, right? But in MetaMask, it's more organized, right? It's showing me that. But all of these chains are based on the Ethereum virtual machine, EVM based, right? So that's what we're looking at here. We can go to Polygon. We can see that poly that we can see, right? So all this wallet is basically showing me are all my EVM-based tokens that are on that particular ledger address. And it didn't ask me which address. It just kind of used the first one it found, I guess. It doesn't look like I could do multiple addresses on this. So I don't know about this wallet. We'll see. All right. Enough about that. It doesn't show me Bitcoin, right? But I want to try to get this US. I have some funds here that I would like to spend on Anchor protocol. So how in the name of heaven and earth am I going to get this US dollar coin over into Anchor protocol, right? Well, I could just swap it. I could just swap the US dollar coin for Solana, wherever it went, right? And then I could transfer the Solana to my Coinbase account, cheap and quick, right? And then from there, I could buy, it'll be tricky because I would have to buy Luna, but the Luna that you get on Coinbase Pro is wrapped Luna, right? So not a very, I would have to, the whole process would involve the Ethereum blockchain, and I would be hitting in some fees, right? I would like to move it cross-chain over to Terra without having to go through all those gymnastics, right? If that's possible. So I found this thing, wherever it is. This thing? Yeah, okay. So there's this thing, Portal by Wormhole, that supposedly is going to allow me to move my Solana based tokens directly over to Terra. That's my intention, right? If I can get that done, it'd be pretty amazing. So I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to try. Well, first of all, the wallets that are compatible are Phantom and SolFlare. So my Phantom wallet is not connected to either of those accounts, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think so. Yeah. Not sure what those are, right? But it's in the wrong browser, right? All my Terra stuff is in my Chrome browser. So the first thing I need to do is get Phantom set up and connected to those Solana tokens, right? So let's try it. Let's look for Phantom Wallet. All right. Let's get it on our Chrome. Oh, it's already on here. Okay. I didn't know I had it in Chrome. I guess I did. Okay. So, boom, we did. We got it. All right. But what I want to do is make sure it's connected. Okay, I don't need that. Oh, I guess it is. Okay, lucky me. It was already connected over in Chrome, which is fine, right? So we're basically looking at the same wallet over in Chrome, but the issue that I wanted to stress is that it is ledger-based, right? So I could, add connect wallet, connect hardware wallet, and connect my ledger device, right? But I've already done it, right? So, but the private keys for the Solana wallet are on this device I got right here. All right, so, but now that we've got Phantom installed and open, and the targeted wallet is active, right? Let's try this thing, see if it'll work. All right, so I want to move Solana. Oh, looks like I might have to swap it for Solana, right? Because I don't see the US dollar. Let's go ahead and connect the wallet and see if we can do it or not. Let's connect to Phantom, right? All right, and select token. Oh, okay, boom, there we go. Right, that's the one I want. I don't want it all, right? We could, right? We see it, right? Let's say we want, we've never done this before, so we're gonna do a small transaction first. So we're gonna just do 50, right? Now my target is going to be Terra. So Terra supports UST, not US dollar coin. So this might be a little tricky. Let's try next and see what happens. Now I need to connect to my Terra wallet, right? So let's hit connect. I'll have to pay transaction fees on Terra. I can handle that. To redeem my tokens. I've never done this before. Let's see what we do. But Terra Station wallet is installed in Chrome, right? Oh, I need to be in my if I'm going to connect to this Terra Station wallet, I might need to authorize something, right? So let's get in, and I was probably right there before. Come on. Okay. Yeah, I probably just went right over it, right? There's Terra. Let's connect. We're connecting on the receiving end. All right. Okay. All right. So US dollar. Okay. All right. So source will transfer 50 US dollar coin from my Solana wallet over to Terra. Seems like I have it connected. I'm just curious what Terra is going to do with that US dollar coin. We'll see. Let's hit next. All right, next. Okay, transfer the tokens to the wormhole token bridge. Well, I'm getting nervous now. Oh, $50. This will initiate the transfer on Solana and wait for finalization. If you navigate away from this page before completing step 4, you will have to perform the recovery. Oh, Lord. Now I'm really getting scared. All right, let's get out of this because I'm going to need to authorize the outgoing transaction, I'm assuming, on my Solana wallet. All right. Yeah, my Phantom wallet, right? Transfer the tokens to the wormhole token bridge. This step will initiate the transfer on Solana and wait for, if you navigate away from this page before completing step 4, you will have to perform the recovery workflow. Okay, so I'm not going to navigate away. Let's hit transfer. You will not receive native US dollar on Terra. To receive native US, you'll have to perform a swap with the wrapped tokens once you are done bridging. Eek, ouch. US dollar coin Terra. Okay, you will not receive native USDC on Terra. To receive native, you have to perform a swap with the wrapped tokens once you are done bridging. Wow. Okay. It's only $50. All right, let's do it. Now, is it going to... Okay, it wants me to approve it. Okay. Okay, and it has to approve it on my ledger. That's what we expected. All right, let's approve it. Waiting for wallet approval, likely in a pop-up. Okay, we did that. Transaction confirm. Okay. Waiting for confirmations on Solana. Okay. This is interesting. I probably... Okay. Okay. Now I think I should get out of this app and go over to Terra, right? Because I'm accepting it into my Terra wallet. It says fee donation redeem. Okay. Receive the tokens on the target chain. All right, let's try it. Redeem. Waiting for wallet approval. Okay, right. Terra Station comes up. Let's hit post. It should... Okay, boom. There it goes. Confirm in ledger. All right. I guess I'm spending a little bit of Terra to do this. Holy moly. There's a lot of stuff. Let's get through all... My God. Okay. Wow. All right. Holy moly. Wow. Okay. Success. The redeem transaction was submitted. The tokens will become available once the transaction confirms. View on Finder. Transfer more tokens. All right, let's go over to Terra Station and see if anything happened over there. So I have 2 copies of Terra Station, right? I've got this extension-based Terra. Now, it said it was going to send me USDC. So whether I'll be able to see it in here or not, I don't know. USDC. Nah, see, that's not what I'm after. Oh, it says wormhole. Okay. We USDC. Okay. But I don't see that 50 there yet. Wormhole USDC. Interesting. Okay. This is fun. Yeah. I'm assuming that once it, if and when it does arrive, we'll be able to swap it, which would be fun. But I think we're going to have to wait for a confirmation at some point. So what did it say? It said something like, it said something about I'm going to have to like redeem them or whatever. All right, let's see. I don't want to, let's try that. It probably would have opened in another. No. It says success. Oh, that was just the transaction fee. Wormhole complete transfer. Okay, whatever. That was just the confirmation of it. Let's try over here where I can see it a little better. Same wallet, different interface, right? Let's go to wallet. And what are we trying to do? Let me see. Add tokens, right? I don't know how you do that over here. I thought you could. Oh, here, add tokens. Okay, let's try that. It's not a UST. I thought it was we UST. Or I'm sorry, US dollar. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. All right, so if we add that here, we should see, now we should see it. I hope. I don't know how long it's going to take for this to occur. It may never occur, for all I know. But my assumption is that once I get it, if I get it, then I can do this little thing. Well, it's not showing up because there's nothing there yet. Yeah. But what I'm hoping is that I'll be able to like swap for ANC. That's my hope. Oh, Lord in heaven. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. It would be fun if it does. That would be cool. But it still says 0, so I don't know if I did it right or not. That is why we only did $50, right? If I'd have done 500, I'd have been sweating bullets, right? Did it work? Did it not work? I don't know. Is it going to happen right away? Is it going to take all day? Is it going to take 3 days? God knows. Who knows, right? So I'm sorry that I'm sort of fumbling around in the dark with you guys tonight, right? But I thought this would be an interesting swap. Or we could do it the quick and easy way. Let me go back over here and see what else we had. Anchor, I think we've kind of covered all of it. So, but let's let's do the quick and easy way, right? Where am I? I could do it in Phantom. Actually, pretty easy. Let's do that. Let's try this. Let's do, let's go ahead and do the 500 for Sol. I need to be in the Sol. I need to be in the Solana app for this. Let's go ahead and make that swap. Let's approve on the ledger. here. So we got our Solana now. And I'm going to put it in a... I'm going to use an exchange that I know works very well with Terra, which is KuCoin. KuCoin, I can swap my Solana for native Terra, right? Actually, I think I can buy Anchor Protocol over here directly if I want to. All right, so first I got to log in. I'm just going to get this going, and then I'm going to check what you guys are asking me because I'm like way behind talking to you guys. And I'm sure there's somebody on there complaining that, is this thing live? Because what is this guy doing, of all things? KuCoin. You know, and we've talked about me not being able to keep up with people asking questions and missing things that people are asking. Cryptocurrency transfers require focus. You have to be very mindful. You don't want to be haphazard when you're doing this kind of stuff, like I just was with my $50. All right. Let's see. We have Sol in our wallet, right? So we want to deposit it here into our trading account, and we have to send it to this address. So let's go over to this wallet. We'll go ahead and send most of it. There's the address. What was it? 5. Let's leave 475. Let's see. It's close enough, right? Now I need to confirm this on my ledger, so I'm gonna get that going. Sol, we're still doing Sol here. Let's hit next. All right, we're transferring 5.5 Sol over to our KuCoin account. Okay, now I can relax because I need to wait. All right. And while we're at it, let's see what's happening over here, if anything. Yeah, I didn't... I guess I'm never going to get that. If I do, it'll be a friggin' miracle, right? Nah, it's still not there. Yeah, I don't know if it's ever going to get there. I was kind of like working without a net, right? I was kind of in the blind right there. Whatever. Unless there's some other... Whatever. Let's do this. Yeah, we might be waiting till the cows come home. All right, so while we're waiting for that Sol to end up on KuCoin, let me get caught up with you guys. Quick and easy way has a certain attraction to it. Is Wormhole safe to use? Question mark. I don't know. Never used it before. It's appeared to, I mean, everything seemed to function through every step of my conversion. I was able, it asked me it communicated with my ledger device, asked me to confirm all of these things that were happening, right? As far as I could see, it seemed to be working okay. I don't believe that I was like giving access to all of my crypto on my ledger by by doing that conversion, but who knows? Maybe I was. Pronouns. It's funny you mentioned pronouns. I heard kind of a joke about pronouns. Somebody said, I got pulled over. I got pulled over in the carpool lane, and the cop was going to give me a ticket, but I got out of it because I told them that my preferred pronoun is they. That's pretty good. Yeah, I would love to see this US dollar coin, but I'm starting to feel like it's not going to happen. Oh well. Okay. But JDO and Dan are handling things what it looks like. Oh, you know what? There was a news story that I remember that I was going to talk to you guys about that's gone. But let's look. It was about this, if you remember. Where are we here? You guys remember BitConnect back in 2017? They were everywhere, right? And what it was supposedly was a lending platform where the idea was is that you deposited your Bitcoin in your BitConnect account, and then they would lend it out to other people, and then you would get paid interest on your Bitcoin, right? And they would talk about, oh, you put 1 Bitcoin in here, you'll get 1.5 Bitcoin back or whatever, and just like, and then like it was everywhere, right? And all in my YouTube comments, they were talking about how great BitConnect was, and YouTube ads and YouTube videos about BitConnect. Well, as it turns out, it was pretty much a Ponzi scheme, and they've indicted this guy who, and it's funny, they go through this whole article and talk about how the Department of Justice has indicted this guy, but he's in India, right? What are they going to do? I don't know if India has extradition treaty with the United States or not. Maybe they do. So I guess this guy is going to be looking over his shoulder. I'm sure he doesn't want to get on any international flights, right? He'll probably get picked up at the airport. But I think maybe as long as he keeps his nose clean and his head down, right, he'll probably be okay in India. Who knows? But yeah, they've indicted him for doing it. This is the history of BitConnect, BCC, right? If you guys remember that, it's just another. You have to be careful when you're dealing with crypto. That's why, part of why I do what I do is to show you the right way to connect with and manage your cryptocurrency. Lately, and this is weird, I've been getting a lot of people asking me how to withdraw their money from CoinTracker. And I'm like, CoinTracker is not a wallet. CoinTracker just tracks your balances of your wallets, but it is not a wallet. So I don't understand why people keep asking me, how do I withdraw my money from CoinTracker? Well, I think what's happening is that it's a scam, and somehow people are being convinced that they need to transfer their Bitcoin into CoinTracker for something, right? Maybe they're scaring them and telling them that's how you got to do your taxes or whatever. But I've been getting a lot of people asking me, how do I withdraw my money from CoinTracker? And I want to go, well, you don't put your money in there in the first place, or your crypto. But I think it's a scam. Let me see if we can Google that, right? CoinTracker, CoinTracker scam. I don't think find it, but I know CoinTracker will never reach out to you over social media for payments, credentials, or wallet. The scammer will provide an account to send investment to, claiming that this is a deposit to your CoinTracker account. Yeah. I guess that's what's happening. People are getting scammed into making deposits, and they're pretending to be from CoinTracker, right? At this point, if you send the scammer your funds, they are lost, right? There are no ways to undo a crypto transaction. Note, CoinTracker is not a wallet nor an exchange and does not hold cryptocurrency for you. CoinTracker only ever needs read access to your existing wallets and or exchanges. This is why it was so confusing for me for people asking me, how do you withdraw from CoinTracker? So you don't, because it's not a wallet. So yeah, just please, guys, be careful of these scams, right? I'm still curious about this we. Yeah, I don't think it's. I think it's lost, man. I've got this right, so I'll do some more research and try and figure out what happened to those coins if they're anywhere. Right. Yeah, I don't. There's not much I can do with this that I'm aware of. Right? I mean, I think that's the same thing I'm going to get. Yeah, this. All it's really showing me is that I paid some Luna for this to happen. And it does say that it's a wormhole and that the transfer is complete. Maybe I should have stuck with like Terra or something. Something more mainstream than a sub token. Well, that's all right. Let's see, where were we? Do we get this yet or not? Not yet. Oh, we're still waiting for this. Might have to wait for this now, too. No, we should have some Solana coming in unless I screwed that up. God. Oh, man. All right, so... All right, so if we go... Let's go back over here. Let's do Sol. All right, let's do deposit. All right, okay. So that is where I sent my Sol, and I can look at it here. Main account Radium 12 minutes ago. Swap to Radium. Oh, there's the swap. Did I send it? Let's look. Now I'm getting flustered. I'm not there. Let's go over here. I thought that I did. Well, it still says it's there. Oh. What is this? Did I even send it to KuCoin? I thought I did. Yeah, transferred. Oh, swap 500 for Sol. Didn't I send it somewhere? Oh my God. Come on, Rex. What are you doing, dude? All right. Did I send it back to Coinbase? All right, let's try this again. I could have sworn I sent it. Am I just deluded? Okay. Huh. Okay. I don't know what I did. Maybe I canceled it? God knows. Let's do it over here. Right? I feel a little more comfortable in SolFlare. All right, so we have this Solana, all right? We want to send it, and we want to send it to KuCoin. There's the address. I don't know what I did the first time. I must have messed something up. All right. All right. Okay. D5P, D5PQ. Okay. All right, let's try it again. Oh, well, wait a minute. Okay. All right. Didn't we go through all this, or did I not go through this? I don't know. Maybe it wanted me to... Okay, that's the right address. No? Oh, wait. Yeah, that's the right address. Okay. Let's hit approve. Okay. All right, there. It supposedly went out. I don't know what I did the first time. Phew. I'll go through the video. I'll watch it again tomorrow and think, what in God's name did I do? Being slap happy with $500 worth of Sol. It's not a very good demonstration, huh? All right. God, that was weird. I could have sworn I sent it from Phantom Wallet, but I guess I didn't. Well, it definitely went out that time. And it should show up fairly quickly. That was so weird. I don't know what I did. You needed one more approval from your ledger, I think. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's what happened, was that I didn't completely verify it on my ledger. Must have been, because when I picked up the ledger, it said send Sol, but maybe it was the new one or maybe it was the previous one. Yeah, whatever. Okay, Solana has had issues lately. Sometimes you do a transaction and it doesn't go through, so you have to redo it. Always check that you have a valid transaction on SolScan. Okay. Yeah. That's kind of weird. Someone was mentioning about Binance US not having support for Polygon. Right, let's take a look at that. And do you know when they'll have it? That's kind of one of those, you know, if it's not working, it's going to be hard to get a straight answer out of them as to when. So the issue is Matic. Okay, so I do have some Matic in here. So the question is, when will Matic support be back? Right, see, this is currently unavailable. So, and it's been that way for a while because someone sent me an email like 3 or 4 days ago and said, what do I do? And I said, well, I would wait for them to reestablish their Polygon support, because if you use their ERC20 based Polygon and transfer it to your MetaMask wallet, you'll get an unholy withdrawal fee because it's on the ERC20, because it's Ethereum based. And then once it gets over into your MetaMask wallet, it'll be Ethereum based Matic, Ethereum based Matic, and then you'll have to use the Polygon bridge to transfer it into native Polygon, and that's going to cost you more Ethereum. So you'll lose a huge chunk of your holdings by using the ERC20 network. So my advice was just leave it on Binance US until they reestablish support for native Polygon transfers, because Binance US is not going anywhere, right? They're, you know, a mainstream cryptocurrency exchange. So yeah, I would want to put it in my own wallet, but if I can't, then I would wait. Now, there are other things you could do which would sort of have some tax implications, but you could, like, you could swap it. If, let's say you got $500 worth of Poly, you could swap it for Tether, and then use the Tether to buy Sol, and then transfer the Sol to KuCoin, and then swap the Sol for US Tether on KuCoin, and then use that Tether to buy back your Matic on KuCoin, and KuCoin should have, oh, okay, there's the Sol. It's here, yay! But I could I'm going to do something very similar right now, because I can withdraw native Polygon, right? Native Matic. if I want to withdraw Matic on KuCoin, Matic is operational on KuCoin. So that'd be one way to do it. But don't transfer your, well, you could transfer your Matic from Binance US. Thank you. Man, JDO, you're right on the money there. How'd you do that? I must be doing something right if the spammers are spamming my channel. Oh, yeah. So JDO just like hid user. That's good. Okay. Thank you, JDO. Appreciate that. You could transfer your Polygon directly from Binance US over to KuCoin, but you would still pay that Ethereum withdrawal fee. So if you swap it for US, you might lose some in the trading fees, but I don't know if it would be less than the Ethereum withdrawal fee, but possibly. Right? I hope I'm making sense. So Binance US, you've got Matic. Swap it for Tether. Use the Tether to buy Sol. Transfer the Sol to KuCoin because Sol is cheap. Transfer fees are negligible. And then once you get the Sol on KuCoin, trade it back to Matic and withdraw the Matic. But we're going to do that with a Terra, right? So or Anchor, either one. All right, so first of all, I need to get, I dropped it right into my trading account. Right, so it should be in there. Okay, I just want to see if they have Anchor. They do. Uh-huh. It's kind of cool. All right, so first let's trade our Sol for Tether. We're going to do a market. Let me move myself out of the way. We're going to do a market. We're going to sell 100% of our Sol for Tether. All right. Now, I wanted Anchor, so let's just buy Anchor. All right. It's 100% of our Tether for Anchor. I don't know, maybe some lost in translation. I don't think we sent the whole 500. We sent most of it. We probably lost something somewhere. God knows. Whoops. Oops. There we go. All right, now we need to get it out of the trading account into the main account. All right, now we need to go over to Terra Station. And that thing never did show up. Whatever. All right. Okay, here's our Terra address copied into our clipboard. Let's do Anchor. Withdraw to a Terra wallet on the Luna Terra network. I don't need the memo. I think I'm okay. Let's just do this. Let's do it all. Right? Right address. Let's confirm. It's going to cost me 2 ANC, which is all right. We need the trading password. We need an email. I don't know why CryptoDad isn't the default mail here, but it is. All right, let's do this. We need that. Did I get it? All right, there's that email code, and now I have my Google Authenticator code, which is about to cycle here shortly. All right, 878001. Okay. I don't know what happened to that $50. Might take it a few minutes. Yeah, where is that darn USDC? Maybe this is not the token that it would have given me. I don't know. Maybe it would give me something else. I can't imagine. Yeah, I don't see USDC anything else. Yeah, so only that. There's US Tether. I don't know. Oh my God. No. I don't know what happened. It's pretty sad. All right. So the easier, faster way worked better, right? There's my ANC. I got that from KuCoin, right? So I took that US dollar coin that I had on the Solana blockchain, that Solana-based US dollar coin, and I wanted to use it to get some more ANC over on the Terra chain. So I did end up having to go through an exchange, right? So it would have been cool if I could have used that wormhole thing, and that may have worked. I don't know. Maybe I'll get it eventually, but the exchange thing worked okay. So you saw what I did, right? I had to swap one thing for another, right? So, but let's go over to Anchor Protocol now. It's the big story of the night. The big story of the last few days is that Terra Luna has come roaring back after falling precipitously. And their total value locked keeps growing day by day, right? They're over 12, what is this, billion? Is it billion? That's 12 billion, right? It's a lot. Oh my God. All right, so my page, right? I have some ANC that I have staked here, 401 ANC, right? Now I want to add that additional ANC that I just bought, that 132, right? So as you can see, it's showing up here because this is connected to my Terra Station wallet, my Terra wallet, which is ledger-based, right? So in order to do this, I'm going to need to confirm on my ledger device when I do this stake here. Right, so we need to get into, where are we, in Terra? No, that's Solana, right? Let's go back over to Terra. All right, let's go here. Let's do stake. There's that available ANC that I just transferred in from KuCoin. And let's stake it all. Whoops. All right, we're going to confirm this in our wallet, and then that requires me to confirm it on my device. There's a small fee in US dollar in Terra USD. UST, as they call it. All right, now we can go back to my page, and we should see that I got 533 ANC now, all stake and earning, right? So I'm just staking ANC as a single coin, right, in the Anchor protocol. ANC is the governing token for Anchor. Anchor is leveraging Terra and UST, right? So on Anchor, if you connect your Terra wallet, you can take your UST, right? We're not talking about Terra, we're talking about UST, right? UST is the algorithmic stablecoin of the Terra platform, the Terra Luna platform, right? UST is pegged to the price of a US dollar. So in effect, I can take dollars and drop them into Anchor and earn 19.45% interest yearly, right? It takes a year to get all that, right? But if I have $5,000 in the bank in dollars in a savings account, I'm not earning really anything on that. It's kind of a losing proposition. Oh, I don't know what they're paying right now on savings account, but it's paltry. I could take that $5,000, drop it into Coinbase or whatever, or yeah, get my hands on some UST, right? We could have done the same thing that we just did to get Anchor through KuCoin. We could have done with UST. We could have purchased UST on KuCoin if we wanted. But basically, I would convert my US dollars into UST, pretty much 1-to-1, minus trading fees and whatnot, and drop that into Anchor Protocol long term and just leave it there. I don't care if the market goes up. I don't care if the market goes down. I'm still getting my 20% on my UST. Bitcoin can do backflips for all I care. I'm still getting my UST. Now, even when the price of Tether was going down, because there was some question about this Anchor protocol, that more people were in the earn program than were in the borrow program. Because you can, as you notice, I've got some borrowed coins there too. I'm leveraging some coins here. But when the market started to drop over the last month or so, people were getting worried that Anchor was getting out of whack, right? There were more earners than borrowers, and they were depleting their reserves. But they just got a fresh infusion of capital, venture capital recently, and that's why the price of Terra has recovered. Interesting stuff, right? Billions and billions. I'm not the token you're looking for. I just put KuCoin on my phone because someone suggested buying the Matic there and transferring it to my MetaMask. Yes. Yeah. The only I love KuCoin. The only issue you have with KuCoin is there is no fiat on-ramp or off-ramp on KuCoin. You have to fund all of your trades with crypto, right? So you have to be kind of crypto savvy to use KuCoin. You'll notice, like, we deposited Sol, and we used that to fund our trades, right? We could have done the same thing with Bitcoin, right? We could have dropped Bitcoin in there and used Bitcoin to fund our trades, or whatever, right? So, but it's a great platform, you know, and it supports native transfers. Like here, it supports Luna, which Coinbase doesn't support the Luna network. Coinbase only can sell you wrapped Luna, which is ERC20 based Luna, which sucks. Who wants that, right? And Binance US doesn't support Luna at all, right? They don't even have Luna on there. But Binance US does support Matic, but not right now, right? Whatever, they're I don't know what their problem is, but their Polygon native support has been down for several days. KuCoin's been plugging along. Now, KuCoin has issues sometimes too. I've seen KuCoin say not available every now and then too, with whatever, whether it's Polygon, Matic, Luna, whatever. It's not perfect, right? Nothing's 100% perfect. So I can send Matic from KuCoin directly to the Polygon network, which is where I want to end up. Yes, exactly, Pascal. Yes, that is correct. That's what he said. That's right. That's what I said. Once Matic is in an exchange, it is just Matic. When you send it out of the exchange, you have to make sure you are sending it out as Polygon if you want Polygon. Like, okay, let's just do a quick, just to show you what we can do here. If I can get my Oh, we got to go up a little more. Mhm. Let's deposit Matic in the main account, just for the heck of it. But instead of the ERC20 Matic, let's deposit. Oh, okay. Maybe you can't do that, right? Because you need an address. Well, okay, yeah, we do. All right, so we're gonna deposit it using ERC20, right? It's not going to cost us anything to receive it, but we can go over to here and withdraw it. And remember, we'll just have a smaller amount. Well, let's see, can I get more? Let me buy a little more. I've got some cash in here, so let's buy some more. Okay. All right. So now, okay, now we got like $45 worth of Matic, right? So let's go ahead and withdraw it to our KuCoin account on the ERC20 network. We need to tell it how much. All right, let's preview that. And look, $14 out of 30 or out of 45. $14 out of $45 on those are the Ethereum fees. That's why it's better to wait till they support Polygon. But if you're in a hurry, you can do that, right? That's what we're trying to avoid, right? They're going to send me an email. Withdraw. Okay. That is going to show up in my KuCoin account presently. Of course, I don't think I'll wait because I'm over time right now. The Sol is here, right? Once that Matic is in my KuCoin account, then I can withdraw it using the Matic network. It will automatically convert once it hits KuCoin, right? But you saw I had to like pay bandits a toll just to move my Matic Ethereum-based Matic out of Binance US. It was ridiculous. I mean, it's just stupid to pay that much. I mean, what was that? 30% of my holdings out of $45, I had to pay like $15 just to withdraw it. Ridiculous, right? That's why I suggested you just swap it for Tether, use the Tether to buy Sol, and withdraw it as Sol, because the Sol transfer is cheap. And then you could swap it back to. It's complicated, but I don't think it would be cheaper than that 30% withdrawal fee that they were giving me. Yeah, criminal. Criminal. Yeah, I'm not going to wait for it. KuCoin is in the Shellies. Shellies? How do you say that? Shekels? Shellies. I don't know how to pronounce it. The UST you can buy on Coinbase is not true UST, it's ERC20 UST. That is correct. Right. Don't buy your UST on Coinbase. It's also screwed up, right? The UST that you can buy on Coinbase is can I do it this way just to kind of show you what I'm talking about? Right. It's not going to work if I use a Tether address. I'm sorry, a Terra station address. Doesn't work, right? Has to be a Ethereum address. I could do it onto KuCoin. Oops. Okay. As Ethereum. And then Coinbase would allow it. Right? But I would have to pay a gargantuan withdrawal fee from Coinbase Pro because Coinbase Pro is also using the Ethereum network. So don't buy UST on Coinbase. Buy Sol on Coinbase and drop your Sol in KuCoin and then swap it for UST. That's what I would do. I think I've done that a few times. Yeah, it's not going to show up anytime soon. So, yes, very good question, Everton. Yes, we could also do this on Osmosis. I was going to talk about that tonight, and I got sidetracked. So if we wanted to buy UST over on Osmosis, we could do that. Yes, I forgot to mention that. You can purchase UST on Osmosis using, in the swap, right? So there's a little bit of Atom. Let's do Osmo just for the heck of it. No, let's do, no, not even half. Let's just do 2. Right, $20 worth of UST. We could swap it. Oh, I need the right, we need to be in Cosmos. Let's approve that. Didn't really want to sell this Osmo, but just as an example, I could always buy some more Osmo. Hopefully before it moons, right? So we're good there. Let me turn this camera off for a second. And lo and behold, there's some Terra UST. Now, I'm going to withdraw it to my to the Terra wallet, my Terra address in my Kepler wallet, right? Let's approve that. Hit both buttons. All right. Just takes it a minute. And if we go up to the Kepler wallet, which is the wallet that's managing all this, we can switch over to the Terra chain. And there's that UST right there. Right? Let's go here. Copy that Terra address. And then we'll go ahead and transfer that to our Terra wallet. Let's go ahead and send it all. And let's send. Approve. So cheap, easy way to buy Terra and UST is Osmosis. And you can transfer it over to the Terra natively using Kepler, because Kepler is a cross-chain wallet. How do you fund all of this, you ask? Well, that's not too difficult because you can buy native Atom on Coinbase or Coinbase Pro. And you can move it into your Kepler wallet natively, right? Because Coinbase Pro supports Atom, right? And Atom has low withdrawal fees. So that's another way we could have got our Anchor protocol. We could have taken that Sol, put it on Coinbase Pro, sold it, used the proceeds to buy Atom, and then move the Atom into Kepler wallet, deposit it into Osmosis, trade it for UST, and then transfer it back over to Terra Station and then swap for Ank. Because I don't think you can buy Ank here. Let's see. No, you can't buy Ank. But you can buy UST. All right. And if we go over to Terra Station, there's that 22 right there. All right. I can go to swap, and I can use it to buy some more Ank if I want. But I'm not going to spend it all, right? Because the wallet depends on UST, right? So let's just do 20. All right, leave some in the wallet for fees, right? Now I need to be over on Terra to handle this. So Cosmos and Terra work together pretty well. A little complicated, right? But it's doable, right? Let's hit both buttons. Let's go ahead and do this swap. Oh, it's asking me to confirm it in the ledger. I'm not paying attention. I'm still wondering what happened to that wormhole. Captain. We just... The Enterprise D just has emerged from the wormhole. No, it was the Enterprise C. The Enterprise C has just emerged from the wormhole and disrupted our timeline. I don't know if that was a wormhole. No, that was just a temporal distortion. My bad. I should be able to keep my temporal distortions and my wormholes straight, right? They're two completely different things. All right. Okay, so now we're back here and we've got more ANC. Okay. So yeah, Osmosis works pretty well, right? And where in the hell is this we thing? Damn it. I'm glad I only did 50. I'd have been kind of freaked out if it had been. And I'll let you know if I ever get it. All right. All right. Well, you saw me lose $50 tonight. All right, let's see. Where is everybody tonight? Thank you so much, JDO and Dan, for covering for me while I was focused on losing $50 and, you know, keeping everyone happy and keeping the discussion going. Thank you for jumping on the porno spammers. It's like, why are they spamming porno on my channel? You'd think they would be spamming. Most of the spammers usually are like trying to, you know, crypto scam spam. Crypto scam spam. Yes, the memo is if you're depositing Terra on KuCoin, you probably need a memo for that, I would think. Oh, there's that Matic. Right? So the Matic has arrived, right? And we can withdraw it. Whoops. On Matic, on Polygon network, right? If we want. If we want to put it in our Matic wallet, right? Let's go ahead and take that all the way. Oh, okay. We need it over here. Okay, so let's pull up our Matic wallet. Oh, we're in Poly mainnet. Okay. Yeah, what the heck. All right, let's copy this address into our clipboard. Let's go back to KuCoin. Let's paste that address in on Matic. Withdraw it all. Confirm it. Okay, we should only need the trading password. Okay, and there it goes. And we should get more Matic shortly, right? So, like I said, rather than withdraw the Matic from Binance US as Matic on the ERC20 network, I think it would be better to swap it for Sol first and then use the Sol to make the transfer. Much cheaper and faster. All right. But once it's on KuCoin, it can be withdrawn as Matic. Even if you dropped it in as ERC20 Matic, it'll become whatever you wish to do with it when you withdraw it. You can choose. Let's make this money. Cheers for the stream. Looking forward to the next. Thank you. UST is 19.45 and ANC is 12.09. The ANC UST liquidity pool is 68.73%, as Dan is showing there, but not quite as stable. Maybe okay because your other pair is a stable coin, so more stable than most liquidity pairs. But if ANC were to moon out, then there might be some impermanent loss in that liquidity pool, right? In other words, you would make more money just holding ANC, because if the ANC UST is in a liquidity pool and the price of ANC starts to skyrocket, they'll adjust the ratio of the two coins to be a 50-50 value, right? And you'll end up with less ANC than you put in, right? Pretty sure. Right? So keeping it in the single pool, I don't have to worry about impermanent loss, right? Although the APR is not quite as sexy, right? There's a risk to using the liquidity pool, right? Higher rewards, higher risk. That's pretty much how life works in most scenarios, right? So, but there it is, 68.73. But I would need an equal amount of ANC and UST in the liquidity pool to get the LP token, right? I think we did that. If you want to know how to do all that stuff, then I suggest that you watch this video here. I have a video on how to use Anchor Protocol, beginning to end, and use everything, the liquidity pool, all that stuff, right? I would recommend you check out that video if you're interested in using Anchor Protocol. I tell you how to do it step by step from beginning to end. And let's see, where do we buy it? Well, we bought buy Terra. Oh, I used Kraken in this video because Kraken supports Terra. You can buy native Luna tokens in Kraken and withdraw them directly on the Terra Luna network, right? Kraken supports all that. I forgot to mention that tonight. So, but in this video, I use Kraken. Yes, you can buy Luna on Crypto.com, and I believe Crypto.com will allow you to also in Crypto.com you can withdraw native Luna as well. I don't have any Luna in here, but you can, right? If you can buy Luna directly. Right? And you can withdraw it natively on Crypto.com. That's true. Yes. All right, guys. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. I wish I could have done more. Maybe I should have sold my watch. Could have just taught one more person how to use crypto. All right, so I'll see you guys next week. Don't forget, I do this every week, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream next week, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to